This is Singapore, a bustling metropolis and a city in a garden. There is, however, another side to Singapore, a hidden world of wildlife that we often do not see. This documentary brings together the contributions of Singapore's naturalist community in an attempt to answer the age-old question, Singapore got wildlife meh? It is 5 a.m. in the morning, and while most Singaporeans are still asleep at this hour, for one group of animals, the day is just about to begin. These animals are the birds, and they are some of the most beautiful animals living amongst us. Aside from their striking appearances, birds can also be easily detected by the sounds they make. As birds communicate by the use of chirps, calls and songs, the sounds of bird life, like those of this collared kingfisher, can often be heard regardless of where you are. One bird in particular has an immediately recognizable call, even though it is rarely ever seen. This is the Asian quail, a member of the cuckoo family and a bird that is commonly heard in our urban areas. Often mistaken for crows, this bird is hard to spot as it prefers to remain motionless while making its very loud call. Other birds are more often heard than seen due to their small size. With a repetitive call that sounds like copper being beaten by a hammer, the coppersmith barbet is remarkably noisy in spite of its small size. There are, however, much larger birds that live in our midst as well. And here, in the heart of Pasir Ris, lives one of the largest. This is the white-bellied sea eagle, one of the commonest eagle species in Singapore. And here in its nest, it is continuing the cycle of life. Barely 5 weeks old, this chick has yet to develop its flight feathers, making it dependent on its parent for food and protection. Although it does seem to already have been toilet trained. Over the next few months, however, it will eventually mature into a fully fledged adult eagle, one of the most magnificent birds in Singapore. Birds, of course, are not the only animals living amongst us in Singapore. Here, in Siglap Estate, there lives a masked bandit that is usually found only under the cover of darkness. These are the common palm civets, or civet cats as they are more commonly known, and they are Singapore's last remaining urban carnivore. In spite of this, however, civets also feed on fruits and insects on top of the occasional snakes, small birds, and rats. In reality, civets are extremely shy animals, hunting only at night and preferring to remain hidden amongst the rain trees and in the roofs of houses, with the only indication of their presence being the soft pattering of footsteps on rooftops. And like most mammals, sometimes all civets want to do is enjoy a bit of playtime. Mammals, of course, don't just live on land. Some, like these smooth-coated otters, are just as comfortable in water as they are on land. With their webbed feet, streamlined body, and a flattened tail, these smooth-coated otters are powerful swimmers and can move through water with great speed and dexterity. Unlike the civets, otters are highly social animals and can often be seen traveling in pairs or large family groups. Here at the Serangoon Reservoir, a family of 7 otters are out on their evening hunt. Otters feed mainly on fish, shellfish, and crustaceans and are therefore always found near water bodies. Here at the Sungai Buloh Wetland Reserve, an otter is feeding on its latest catch. Although it seems that the bony fish might have caused the otter some discomfort. Otters are now quite commonly seen at Sungai Buloh, although this wasn't always the case. Indeed, although otters were once impossible to find in Singapore, the number of sightings has increased in recent years. Perhaps the most encouraging sign of the health of our northern shores. Just as Singapore's biodiversity is extremely rich on land, so too are our coasts and shores teeming with life. Indeed, although our shores spend half of the day under the scorching sun and the other half underwater, life on our shores has evolved to live under these harsh conditions. This blue-spotted fantail ray, a common sight on our shores, is able to swim through very shallow water and is able to hide under ledges and in small caves should it get trapped by the receding tide. Other animals such as this octopus are not only flexible, but can also change their appearance in an instant to protect themselves from potential predators. Further offshore, where the land is almost permanently submerged underwater, some remarkable examples of marine life can also be found. These majestic carpet anemones, for instance, billow with the unseen sea wind as currents surge back and forth. Even more remarkable, perhaps, is the fact that some incredible coral colonies can be found in Singapore's waters as well. And along with these corals come other animals that call the reefs their home. Every year, Singapore also bears witness to one of the most spectacular events in the underwater world. This is the annual coral mass spawning event, when corals release their egg and sperm bundles in a synchronized burst. Whereupon the eggs and sperm will fuse and fertilize in the open sea. Thus completes another circle of life under the sea. So, to answer the question, yes, Singapore does have wildlife, and all we really need to do to see them is to pay attention. But, beautiful though these animals may be, there is still so much more that we do not know about them. We do know one thing, however, and that is that these animals depend on their natural environment for survival. And if we do not take steps to protect this environment of ours, then these wonderful animals might well and truly disappear.